Looking for the right Metabo grinder without wasting money on the wrong one? Here's the lineup ranked from the weakest option to the strongest, so you can see which one actually fits the way you work. Starting in 5th place, this is the light cordless pick in the group. It sits at the bottom of the ranking, not because it is bad, but because the others simply bring more raw cutting and grinding power for harder jobs. What it does well is convenience. You get a compact 4.5-inch grinder that is easy to carry, easy to move around with, and much easier to use in tight spots than the bigger corded models. In my experience, that freedom matters when you are working on quick fixes, light metal cleanup, or jobs where dragging a cord around gets annoying fast. But there is a trade-off, and it is a clear one. Compared with every corded tool here, this one gives up sustained power for mobility. It also depends on battery runtime, and this version does not include the battery or charger, so the real cost can climb if you are not already in that system. This might work for you if portability matters more than brute force. It is the easy grab-and-go option, and that makes sense for lighter work. And by the way, links to all the grinders in this review at the best price are in the description under the video. In 4th place, this one is where the corded tools start to feel more serious. It is still compact, still easy to handle, but now you get steadier power than the cordless option before it. The big win here is balance. It is small enough to feel manageable, but strong enough for real cutting and grinding jobs around the shop or job site. Tool-free wheel changes are a nice touch, and the paddle switch gives it a safer, more controlled feel than some slide switch grinders. Compared with the cordless model, it is the better pick for longer sessions and more consistent output. The limit is simple though. It is still a smaller grinder, and you feel that when the work gets heavier. Against the 6-inch models coming up next, it has less capacity, less torque, and less reach. So yes, it is dependable, but it is not the one I would choose for thick material or harder daily use. This is a smart choice for someone who wants a compact corded grinder and does not need to jump into the heavier class yet. It is a safe middle step, but the next model gives you more room to grow. And if this ranking is helping, like the video and subscribe to the channel. In 3rd place, this grinder starts to feel like a real workhorse. It moves into the 6-inch class, and that alone changes what the tool can handle compared with the smaller options below it. You get more cutting depth, more grinding coverage, and more confidence on tougher material. It also keeps the quick wheel change system, adds a vibration-reducing side handle, and brings a stronger overall platform than the smaller paddle switch model. So if the earlier grinders feel like everyday helpers, this one feels more like a regular job site partner. Still, it does not fully match the next grinder. The torque is lower, and it does not bring the same stronger electronic control package under load. That means when the job gets more demanding and more continuous, the next model has the edge in staying composed. So who is this for? Someone who wants a solid 6-inch grinder with better reach and more strength, but without jumping all the way to a large, heavy-duty monster. It is a nice middle ground, and now we get to the one that pushes past it. In 2nd place, this is the 6-inch grinder that feels more complete. It is not just stronger on paper, it is also built to keep working smoothly when the load increases. That is what makes it stand out. The constant speed electronics help it hold pace instead of feeling like it is fading when you lean into the cut. You also get soft start, restart protection, and a tool-free guard, which makes the whole experience feel more controlled than the grinder below it. Compared with the W13, this one looks like the more polished tool for demanding work. The only reason it is not number 1 is that there is still a bigger, more powerful machine ahead. This one stays easier to manage than a large 7-inch grinder, but if your goal is maximum material removal and maximum heavy-duty capability, it cannot beat that final model. This is the one I would point to for people who want strong performance without stepping into the full-size heavyweight category. But if your jobs are rough, frequent, and unapologetically heavy, the top pick makes its case very quickly. In first place, this is the beast of the group. It is the strongest, the largest, and the one built for the kind of work where a smaller grinder starts to feel out of its depth. Here is why it lands at the top. The 7-in wheel gives you the most capacity, and the torque is on a different level from everything else in this ranking. Add the rotating back handle and vibration control, and it becomes a serious tool for heavy grinding and cutting, where power matters more than compact size. Compared with every other grinder here, this is the one with the most headroom. Of course, that power comes at a price. It is bigger, heavier, and less friendly in tight spaces. So if you are doing lighter work, it can feel like bringing a sledgehammer to hang a picture frame. Not everyone needs this much grinder. But if your work is demanding and you want the strongest option in this lineup, this is the one to beat. It is the grinder for heavy material, hard use, and people who would rather have extra muscle than wish for it later. Check the links in the description under the video to see the top grinders and compare prices for yourself. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.